The psychoanalysis of the Zodiac Killer. As a child, the Zodiac Killer is probably born and raised in the western part of the United States, or he could have been born in Eastern and traveled to the Western during a family move or anything. I estimated his birth year around April 21st to May 20th in the 1940s. I would say early 1940s. Um, I used the months April and May because he used several symbols that related to the Taurus zodiac sign, and the Taurus zodiac occurs to those months and days. He could have been organized, intelligent, and meticulous as a kid, and he could have also been respected towards adults, or maybe not. He could have been smart mouth and a bully. So he also had a 50-50 chance of anything that goes on in his childhood. In a serial killer triad, he is most likely to abuse or torture small animals and insects, only to feel in control and powerful. And he could also wet the bed from his insecurities. If you're a bully, of course you have insecurities about yourself and you're gonna wet the bed. And that's a big probability of how he lured his victims in and killed them with his insecurities. Unfortunately, the killer was never found and thousands of people were suspects. But right here, I have the most high profile of them all. Richard Garkowski, Arthur Lee Allen, who is or has ever been the highest who has went into investigation for the Zodiac Killer. I'm sorry, it wasn't him. But Rick Marshall, Warren Kane, Michael O'Hare, Ted Kaczynski, and Bruce Davis. Arthur Lee Allen was cleared after DNA testing from the saliva of a Zodiac letter. The ideas and techniques of the Zodiac, he admitted killing was a sport for him. And his attacks happened at dawn or dusk on weekends, typically around a holiday or important event day. And it's claimed that he used different weapons. The only weapons I'm sure he used was a gun, a pocket knife. No, a pocket knife and his fist. His killings occurred in the late 1960s to early 1970s in southwestern California in secluded areas. He's responsible for at least 5 killings between 1968 to 1969. He claimed he has killed 37 people, but only 5 surfaced to the media. His first ever killing, was Sherry Jo Bates. She was a college student. The killing happened in Riverside, California. He killed her outside of her school's library, and it happened October 30th, 1966, which is the day before Halloween, which is a coincidence. It's not a coincidence because he kills his people close to holidays. He murdered her outside of her school's library, and it was said that he beat her, and then he stabbed her about 15 times with a 3-inch knife, and that's how she died, which was a pocket knife, could have been, or it could have been a sharp non-knife object. He sent letters to the Bates police and newspaper saying that Bates had to die and there will be more. This could be rumored, but you never know. This is his description of the way he looked during his appearance during his killings. People have said he was short with brown hair, strong, insecure, heavyset, aggressive, and his main thing is his thick rim glasses. Everyone knows him by the thick rim glasses. The letters by the Zodiac. The letters by the Zodiac. This is the way he used his letters. He usually did symbols like this. And this is how he ended his letters. Every time he wrote a letter to the public, he ended it, and that was his key signature, or whatever his main ending for anything that he has ever done. As you can see, every O that I have in here should have his symbol because it's all about Zodiac. But he wrote his letters in cryptograms. Cryptograms are anything written in characters that are arranged to have a hidden message. The reference to the Zodiac, several symbols in his initial cryptogram look like a symbol for Taurus, the bull. He obviously liked astrology. He thought he was fated by the stars, or guided by the stars. He used a method called the duping the light, which means that he made threats that weren't always true, and that's called the duping the light. So, and the duping the light is usually to get him attention. So he was definitely an attention seeker. And that's how he got his attention, by duping his delight. His motives. His motives was to get attention, control the investigation, of course. He most likely relived the crimes via media reports. He approved superiority, which he always been wanting to do forever. And since he was a kid, obviously, according to serial killer triad, he wanted to prove power upon those small animals and insects. He created a terroristic climate. No one would want to go out after dark, I'm sure. No one would want to go out after dark. It was very scary. Now this last one, adultery, it could be rumored, but it has a 50% chance that it's possibility that it's true. Adultery, well, it's the rumor that his wife she committed adultery, and she cheated on him, I guess, and he triggered and he started killing. Now I'm going to discuss this later on more as we go throughout. Right here is a map killing. He started down here in Riverside, and he traveled all the way to Vallejo, California, and these two are supposed to be closer than that, but that's where he normally did most of his killings. So the first killing only happened here, and arrests occurred around this area. Now rumors. Rumors was a big set on the Zodiac Killer since he was never found. His rumors went so far that people claimed him as their father. One guy claimed him as to be the father. He said he found out his father was the Zodiac Killer when he went on a rampage towards his aunt, saying, I'm the Zodiac Killer, and I can do what I want, stuff like that. Another lady said she suspected her father after looking into the case, and she just started seeing more of her father, and he came out. One guy who also said the adultery thing said that he was being protected by old government occupants, former government occupants that was protecting him of not getting in trouble by the newer, which are former occupants. And that's another rumor. They had another rumor that he was African American, but I mean, it's a rumor, and there was many rumors about him. I'm gonna go into his profile now. I on here. I have a sheet of paper right here that explains most of my details into him and why I chose what I chose out of the document that we were given. I profiled him. According to Eric Erickson, he was probably fine until he reached his young adulthood, 20s to early 40s. Erickson says, young adults struggle to form close relationships and to gain the capacity of intimate love, or they feel socially isolated. It rumored that the Zodiac Killer went after couples because he resented love. Maybe because he never had anyone to love him, so he was jealous. That was my thoughts before I found out about the adultery, but I mean, he could have been isolated or he could have been hurt from love, which caused him to go after couples. He went after 3 couples, and not all of them were successful. He killed, out of those couples, probably killed about 4 of them. I mean, like, one survived from each, one survived out of 2 couples. So, yeah. After that, everything went downhill. His notes to the news office and police house dealt with his middle adulthood, 40s to 60s. Erickson says, in middle age, people discover a sense of contributing to the world, usually through family and work, or they may feel a lack of purpose. Now to the Zodiac Killer, he thought that his work was killing people and putting it in the public. The reason he sent letters is because he felt like he was unpopular when things seemed to die down, so he would give them more, which also fed into the duping the light, which are threats that weren't always true. He would feed them fake things, and that's how he felt. He thought he was contributing to something, and that's why he did what he did. If I was to diagnose him, I'm not sure these were true as I was reading up on them. He had not most of the characteristics, but some of them. From the dissociative fugue, I assumed that he had dissociative fugue, loss of identity, and traveled to a new location. I say that because he could have gotten dissociative fugue after killing Sherry Jo Bates. Vallejo and Riverside are a long way apart, and dissociative fugue does not last a long time. It can be short to long, you never know. But I said that this is my theory upon why he moved from here to here. I said that he developed dissociative fugue and moved up to Vallejo and got a new identity, got a wife, and the wife cheated on him, which triggered him again and caused him to go on killing sprees, and he just could never stop. And that's my theory. It sounds correct. It sounds possible to me. And that's what I would say. I'm not sure if I would have diagnosed him with dissociative identity disorder, but he did. He used his charm. Oh no, that's implantation. Well, dissociative identity disorder switching to alternate identities when under stress. So he could have been a normal person, which is why they never found him. And when he was under stress of not being in the media or just under any normal day stress, he could have went into this dissociative identity disorder and went to killing people. He could have became a criminal once, he became another person or something. I also would have diagnosed him with antisocial personality disorder. He showed no concern for the rights or feelings of other people. And antisocial people were often charming or clever. Now, I should say that he should be diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder because he used those people. He probably he didn't care about their feelings, or he wouldn't have killed them. I mean, according to the Sheriff Joe Bates, police say they had to hang out hours before. Meaning he used his insecurities to get to get in and talk to her. She's a college student. He's an older guy. He used his insecurities, maybe talking about his, I don't know, maybe talking about his life and how bad it was. He used something, and he charmed her with his insecurities, and she's probably like, let me help this guy or something. And he killed her. He didn't care of her. He didn't care. But that's why I'm also saying it's a 50-50% chance that he is diagnosed with antisocial, because I don't know if he was concerned with the rights. He sent many letters out saying that he would kill people. He didn't care. He even sent one thing saying that, which also deals with Jean Piaget, his third one that occurs from adolescence to adulthood. He says that he has his morals twisted. I feel he has his morals twisted. He said that he would kill these people, and in the afterlife they will become his slaves. So yes, he could have been diagnosed with this. He had no concern or feelings of them. He still felt like he was overpowering them no matter what. Even in the afterlife, even after he was dead. So, unfortunately, everything was done, and he still is not found. I've heard stories that many people have tried to copy him, but they have not been successful. Which is why I also would have diagnosed him with obsessive compulsive disorder, because he was a perfectionist. Some way, somehow, he was a perfectionist with his doings of killings. He didn't get caught. I mean, he was doing something right, which is wrong, but he was doing something right of his killings. He did. He did this because I would just say because this is just the Zodiac Killer. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.